You're listening to Gamers in Hot Tubs Talking Nerd Life, conversational podcast about the positive impact games have had on our lives. Recorded live on Kick from a hot tub in the game Palia. This is episode 0, covering topics such as our gaming history, gaming's impact on mental health, and thematically, water and games. If you'd like to support the podcast or be a guest on an upcoming episode, visit our Beacons page at beacons.ai/hottubgamers. You can follow both of us on Kick at Badwolf Rose and Plaid Baron, respectively. Without further ado, here's episode 0.
Oh my god, and here we are. It is episode 0 of, what are we calling this? Gamers in Hot Tubs Talking Nerd Life?
Talking nerdy stuff? Oh, nerd stuff. That's what it was. Nerd life.
Nerd Life, yeah. We don't even know yet.
Our, mouthful. We'll get there.
Oh, yeah. I am Danny, better known as Plaid Baron.
And I am Kaylee, better known as Badwolf Rose, or Rose.
And so we are taking kind of an interesting approach to hot tub streams, I guess you could say, where we are going to be sitting in hot tubs in various video games each week, and preferably interviewing streamer friends and developer friends, or just people who I guess gaming has had a profound impact on their lives, pretty much. And we're just gonna be chilling with a Sunday morning vibey podcast, I guess you could say. Does that sound right?
Oh my God, it totally does. I'm so excited to start creating this and meeting more nerdy people, and I don't know. I feel like throughout our lives as nerds, we have our own opinions about certain things, our own experiences about things, and it's fun to see how other people have gone through their nerdy life.
Mm-hmm. Oh, completely. And everybody who games is really grown up with completely different games, and seeing where games are headed lately, into both sort of cozier directions as well as more hardcore esports directions, and everything in between. Indie is still big. AAA is collapsing. The entire industry is in a weird place. So I think it's definitely a good time, I think, to start a podcast that kind of looks more into, I guess, the impact of gaming on people. It's kind of how I see it.
It's going to be so different for everybody. And I was thinking about this last night because we both play cozy games. Mm-hmm. And I think cozy games have impacted my life a lot, and they helped me get through the pandemic or helped me get through all these emotional times in my life. But that's what I lean towards. And some people go play Call of Duty to go shoot people and lose themselves in that, And so it's going to be interesting to see what types of people with types of games, I think, mm-hmm. help them or change their life.
Everybody is different. Everybody has different tastes. And I think it's interesting, I would think, so there's all kinds of different gaming podcasts, right? Game development podcasts, for instance, go so deep into the code and the marketing, and they kind of forget the art behind it. And then the gaming news podcasts, just basically the new games media, they just hype up the game or an upcoming event or whatever, and again they forget the art and the impact behind it. So what's actually been inspiring me lately is music podcasts, where they'll talk to the music artist for a while, and they don't talk about oh, what was the specific guitar you used on this song and the strings and how you tuned it and whatnot, but really just more about like the soul behind, the creation.
Like soul and passion.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I definitely want to like delve more into like the soul of gaming, like sort of look at things from a slightly more philosophical standpoint than people are used to in gamer podcasts.
Oh my god, this is really cute.
Thank you.
You did really good setting this up. Oh my god, this is hilarious. Oh my god, I didn't get any of these from that.
From the
I'm
event?
sure. Yeah, no, all I got was like one of the stuffed dragons.
Nice.
It was like my goal.
Oh, I've got followers coming in like crazy, and I thought I turned all
Yay!
my notifications off.
We gotta get Plaid to affiliate on Kick because he's not there yet. He's got a big following on Twitch, but has just started growing his Kick. So I appreciate you guys going over there and giving him a follow. I really do.
The actual hot tub area set up, and then over here is the little changing booth, and you can change clothes at the wardrobe right there.
Then I can kind of look like I'm in a bathing suit.
Best we can do in Palia at the moment.
It's okay. Once I can get into the store, like I am going to buy an outfit that I think will go.
Yeah, that's basically the outfit I went with. Awesome.
Okay, hold on. My butt is partially out of this thing.
Yeah.
We'll get better at this.
I know the feeling. It's nowhere good to sit.
That's hilarious.
It sort of only half works. I know that like this week they're adding, like, you see the chairs that I set up over there?
Yeah.
Supposedly we're going to be able to sit in those chairs.
Oh, that's funny.
This
No,
week.
and like you're sitting lower than I am, which is hilarious.
Right. It's fine. Yeah, because
I'm
there's
in
like
the tub. I'm in the tub. It's fine.
There's like the step there.
Oh, I was actually on the step. That's silly. This is funny. Palia, the movement's so limited. This is hilarious. Do. There we go. Let's try that. Oh, okay.
Okay, cool. That'll work.
That works. It was like, just don't sit on his lap. Oh my god.
All right. So I was thinking, let's just start out the same way we'll start out with everyone, which is what got us started in gaming.
I don't know how far back to think about this one. I feel like this is like, it's a loaded question, but also a very fun question. I've been playing video games since I was like a little kid, and I think that the reason I got into them was because of my older brother. Honestly, like I wanted to be cool. I wanted to hang out with him and his friends, and he's 11 years older than me, so we had like this huge age gap between us. But like I could play Street Fighter with them, and I don't know if they'd let me win or not, but I could kick their ass, and it was a lot of fun. And ever since then, like I've been playing video games. We had we had a Sega Genesis that I played Sonic on, N64 that it was like Diddy Kong Racing, and like I remember crying when we got the N64 because he sold the Sega to like buy it, which was super sad, but like that was how gaming consoles worked. Like you evolved with them. And so I grew up on like a bunch of different consoles and things like that because of my brother. And then I eventually had a boyfriend that played MMOs, and then I got addicted to MMOs thanks to him and playing Lineage 2 on a PC, and then never looked back. But yeah, I definitely blame like wanting to be a part of like my brother's like friend group and be like him for like getting into games. And like I'm so grateful for it. Like I'd rather be that girl than the princess girl. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's just not my cup of tea.
So for me, the earliest I can think back is to like when I was 3 and my uncle introduced me to SimCity. And so like my first games were like SimCity and Wordtress, and then he would like bring me 3.5-inch floppies with pirated games.
Oh my god, 3.5-inch floppies. Do you?
I still have those. They're like right next to me.
Those are sacred.
Some of my prized
They're so
possessions.
sacred.
Those are so sacred. I mean, they're dusty, but they are so sacred. It's not like there's really anything that can read them anymore anyway. But oh yeah. So then from there, like it was a mix of like the Learning Company games, Treasure Cove and Treasure Math Storm in particular. Some of the early Star Wars games like X-Wing, TIE Fighter.
Oh, wow.
The really old Activision games. I'm talking like not just pre-Call of Duty Activision, but like pre anybody's ever heard of Activision. Like,
And it's a whole different world than what I grew up on.
oh yeah. So we're talking like Death Track and Tongue of the Fat Man and Prophecy. All these obscure games on the Activision Power Hit Sci-Fi CD-ROM that nobody's ever heard of. Yeah, and then when I was 5, I decided I wanted to actually make video games for a living. So at around that point, I learned a little bit of like basic programming. Really got into learning like early days graphic design and like Paint Shop Pro.
Oh my god.
Until I got to high school when I picked up Photoshop proper. And then in middle school, like learned RPG Maker. Got into the Savannah College of Art and Design, where I studied game development under Brenda Romero. Graduated right as the economy crashed. Started my own indie studio. And then in 2012, founded the Boston Festival of Indie Games at MIT.
Oh, shit.
And have been indie and streaming and doing all sorts of insane stuff for not enough money ever since.
I mean, but that's not life. Like, it's one of those things, like, it's a passion of love and,
Yeah.
or a labor of love, I guess. Like, any kind of artist in any kind of form, I feel like it's, yeah.
Yeah.
You do it because you love it, not necessarily because of the money, even though you want the money to be there.
You really want the money to be there so you can have, the IRL hot tub and not just the Palia hot tub. But,
Oh my god.
we settle.
Yep. That way we're going to visit very different places. It's going to be great. It's fine.
Exactly. I've been doing these hot tub streams on Kick, not like nearly this calm, but just like in GTA for the last few weeks.
Oh my god. GTA is like chaos. I am so scared of that game.
It's hilarious, but you know what? It is great when, now that you can just set up a private server and not have to deal with the chaos. So, they're perfect for regular old hot tub streams like this. If we need to get in there at some point. Yeah, private servers on GTA are just fine. Absolutely no chaos. You can just chill.
Team Vibes, that I'm a part of, is going to start their own private server. They're working on it, and they're trying to get me to come play. And they're like, you can be like a paramedic. It'll be fine. It's fine. You'll have fun. Okay. I'm scared. But I want to go play with them. I haven't got to play with them. Like, I played one game of Farlight with Jesse Tokes, but I haven't got to, like, actually play with them. Also, Mama Sam wants to be a guest with us one day.
Okay, yeah, totally. We don't have a schedule yet, but we will
Nope.
write down all the names of anybody who wants to get in here. My thinking is that, especially when we're in Palia, like at the end of the stream, we can go to the Chappa stands and take a funny screenshot for it.
Oh yeah, no. And anytime we do this, we should definitely take some sort of screenshot with our guests.
Oh, totally. Totally has to happen.
I wonder who all we can get and what we can turn this into. I'm so excited about the potential of this. Especially, have you been keeping up with the hot ones that Partyosaurus Rex is starting?
Yeah, I seen that. I might need to request to get in on that.
Oh my god, you totally should.
Because, like I said, I went to college in Savannah, Georgia on not as susceptible to hot sauce as others. I'm not going to say that, I'm an absolute beast when it comes to hot sauce and, give me the bomb and just pour it in my mouth. I can take it, bro. But I'm a little more used to it than, a lot of the guests on, like, proper hot ones. So I definitely am excited to see what he can do with that.
No, and like he has like Lauren Shay is gonna be on there, and then oh my god, the really awesome country streamer, something Rogers, Grayson's gonna be on there, and like they're really big powerhouses on Kick right now, so like I think this is gonna be really really good for him, and like it'd be really cool if what we're doing we could turn into something like that. Like I actually, when I signed into Kick today, I just saw that Whittle Bears had followed me, and I'm like, oh,
Yes.
it'd be so cool to have her as a guest too.
Yes, totally.
I should start a potential list too. Potential. No, I have Post-its all over my desk. I am that human being. So, yeah. All right.
Yeah, I do have a notebook next to me. I should start writing down some names.
Nice. I feel like a notebook would be way better than a
bunch of Post-it
stack
notes,
of
yeah.
sticky notes. Oh my god. I am gonna like eventually make a like photo album, whatever. What is that called? Whenever people put pictures and weird things together in like an album. Scrapbooking. I'm gonna scrapbook my Post-it notes one day. It is a goal.
That sounds like art right there.
It's gonna be art. It's gonna be pretty. But I feel like it would be funny too. And then I can probably digitize it, which would be even funnier. It's gonna be great. ChatGPT, I just scrolled up to that conversation. The next one was favorite gaming moments.
Oh, there's so many.
I know, that's what I'm like, shit, I don't know. I gotta like sit here and like think about that for a second, because share personal anecdotes or discuss memorable moments from your gaming experiences. I feel like that's another loaded like thing to like think about and talk about.
There's so many I could talk about. Like Sea of Thieves especially is a game that is built on moments, and just the way it sandboxes the gameplay. So for instance, in August of 2022, I was watching Black Screen Dave on Twitch, and I forget if like he was doing a fishing stream or what, but the conversation of fishing came up, and I was like, I would love to get Legendary Hunter of the Sea of Thieves, and this girl in chat was like, I'll take you fishing. I'm like, okay, let's do it. And so we trade Discord info, and we're like, all right, well, it's already pretty late, but you around tomorrow? Yeah, okay, cool, we'll go fishing. So we get on a sloop, and we head up to this place, the Shores of Gold, which is secluded and off the map and just supposed to be a story area, but you can get pond fish there, pondies. So we go up in our small little 2-person sloop, and we see a 4-person galleon parked up there. So we sink our sloop, and we hide on the galleon, and so we get on board the galleon. We see that they already have 2 of these incredibly rare skulls, the Gold Hoarder skulls, which are the reward for completing the story up there. And those sell for about 15,000 gold a piece. So we're
damn.
like, wait, there's 2 of these, and the crew was nowhere around. So we realized they were stacking the story.
Interesting.
So we're like, okay, we don't have anything that we can burn their ship down with except a banana. So she goes and puts a banana down on the frying pan, and we tuck up in the crow's nest of the ship until the banana catches on fire. The ship burns down. We grab both the skulls out of the water because the giant galleon has now sunk.
Oh my god.
We bury the skulls in the sand, and we hide in the bushes and wait for the crew to come back. The crew a few minutes later, does come back. They have a third skull. Their ship is gone. Their skulls are gone. They don't know what happened. They can't see us. They start yelling at each other, cursing out the game, and they all log off, leaving the third skull behind.
Oh my god.
Presumably, they then also uninstalled the game at that point because they figured it bugged out.
Oh my god. That's amazing.
We then respawn our ship, take all 3 of their skulls, and sell them for 45,000 gold.
Wow.
And she and I have been in love ever since.
I was like, that is like true pirate life.
that is true love right there.
And true love, yeah.
Yeah, like just stories like that in video games, like they're not as uncommon as you'd think.
Yeah.
But it's also like this doesn't happen in real life.
No. It would never happen in real life. Like, no.
No, you'd get caught by the cops in real life.
Or in GTA.
Or in GTA. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Like, sitting here thinking about like gaming moments, I'm like thinking about like beating Final Fantasy VII, or like stupid shit happening in Ark, and like, I don't know. I've had my own like emotional experiences, but I feel like my own solo emotional experiences going through stories of games.
Yeah.
Or like Ark. God, have you ever played Ark Survival?
I have, but I think like either that's just the most unoptimized game ever, or it's on a server that just had too many mods on it.
Oh my god!
Because I couldn't get above 10 frames a second, and I'm on a Ryzen 9.
That's insane! Holy crap! Okay.
Yeah.
Well, me and my husband are about to start a server, so if you want to come play, you can come play with us. But I feel like all those like, so Ark is glitchy. Like it's bound to happen. And like there's these creatures that are called Maywings, and they're kind of like these like giant flying squirrels that you can ride. And they're very sacred and they're very fragile, but they can carry a lot, and you can literally like fly across the map very, very quickly, and it's glorious. And they're hard to catch.
Nice.
But once you catch them and breed them, like you can have a ton of them at your disposal. But like, if you lag out while you're flying on one of those, it is the saddest thing you've ever experienced. And like, we would play with our friends, and I don't know how many times they'd be like, oh my god, my game froze. Oh my god, I'm in the air. Oh my god, my Maywing, please go find me. Go find me.
Oh, no.
Because like, if you lag out while you're on one of those things, like, you just drop. You drop wherever you are, and like, you could fall into the ocean, you can fall into like a bunch of T-Rexes or a bunch of like dinosaurs that are gonna aggro you, and like sometimes you get lucky. Like, we'd had some instances that we could go recover the Maywing, but that was always the saddest thing to like experience, and we all experienced it, like every single one of us, because our like clan leader gave us all Maywings and taught us how to like use them. And then we'd all just be flying, and all of a sudden like lag out or something stupid, and we're just like, fuck, come help, like stop everything you're doing and help me. But it, like, those moments are like entertaining and like special, and I think like make you bond with people, and like you're not gonna like seriously get angry, you know, like it's just like it breaks your heart, and then your friends come try to save you and help you, and if they can't, then we all try to help each other like get all of our stuff back eventually. You know,
it's like falling down the ravine in Minecraft. Like you're just like building a little staircase down, and then all of a sudden, oh god, no, and then you lose all your stuff. And you're like, okay, I need to get a bunch of ladders and a bunch of food. I need to be very, very, very careful. Because you had all those diamonds on you, and no way are you letting those go to waste.
I'm sorry, I don't remember what I was going to say. There's something I was going to add to that, and I don't remember. One of my community members, their doggy had to go to the vet, so I was asking what was going on.
That's not fun.
No, it's not fun. It's sad.
Yeah. So, my 2 friends just got married a few weeks ago, and they have 2 dogs, and one of them just had to go get a cone of shame,
Oh God.
And yeah, I'll promo the dog on Instagram. I think it's an Echo you can see.
Yes. Okay.
His name is Echo. He's a like pit bull mutt.
Oh, that's cute.
And so she did a poll of like, could somebody give me some suggestions on how to get this cone off? Asking for a friend. And then it was like,
Oh my
yeah,
God, that's amazing.
he's really cute. He's very sweet. Although he did try to bite my hand off one time, just on accident. But he's sweet.
That's fine.
Just
That's
he
totally
just
fine.
got excited and was like just jumping, and then mouth was open during a jump. Yeah,
Yep.
I mean, dogs.
So I remember my older dog, she tried to greet somebody in the elevator, and like he stuck his hand down to like pet her, and she just like grabs it with her mouth, like not to like bite him, but just to like hold it. I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. She's awkward.
She's awkward.
He's like, it's fine. It didn't hurt me. She didn't bite me. And I'm like, I know. I know.
They operate on different programming than we do, you know.
Oh man, my community member, his dog got hit by a car.
No.
So she had to stay at the vet overnight, concussion and broken ribs. Oh my gosh. Oh.
Ow.
God. We are sending good vibes, Hisek. Like, lots and lots of good vibes.
Heck yeah, we are.
I'm so sorry about that. That's so scary. I've had a lot of family members that have had dogs hit by cars, and like that is one of my worst fears ever.
Oh, that sucks.
So whenever you changed your stuff on Kick, did you put Palia or did you put Hot Tub?
I put podcasting.
You did? Okay, I put Palia.
Okay. I could switch to Palia. I don't know if that'll work better.
I don't know either, but it's experimental, so it's fine. Totally fine.
I mean, so yeah, that's one of the things I've been interested in. Is it's like if you play, say, a category that has nobody live, does that work better than a category that has tons of people live? Is it not necessarily not a bad thing if nobody's live, if it has a bunch of followers?
I don't know. So like I'm always surprised when I play Stardew at how many people come through, and like last night when I went to host out, Master Reinhardt actually was like, hey, why don't you host out to somebody that is playing Stardew? And so I did. There was only one other person playing Stardew. So he got it, like he got my host out. So I feel like maybe there is some advantage to being in a category where there's not a ton of people versus so many people being in like just chatting and stuff.
True.
But I don't know like to what extent that is,
Well, I'll tell you what, I can change my category to Palia and
hey, try it out, see what it does.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's the nice thing about this platform. You can change your info midstream, unlike
Oh my
Twitch.
God, I love it. It's so easy, and like even my mods can do it for me. So like I don't know what I was playing, but I had the wrong game up and the wrong information, and they changed my title and my game.
Nice.
So it was really nice to learn that too.
Yeah.
Oh man, the sun is setting. This is really pretty.
This game is way too nice looking.
For like what it is and the art style of it, like I'm so impressed by it sometimes.
I am crazy impressed by this game all the time. I mean, it's not like there's a ton to do in here, a ton of content. But
I can gather endlessly. There's a ton of content.
Yeah, you kind of can gather endlessly. I was not expecting Zelda-esque dungeons in here.
Wait, there's dungeons?
Yes.
I have not discovered that yet. I'm still mad about my Shep quest.
Oh my God, no! There are dungeons if you follow Gina.
Gina, yep.
Yeah.
I was like,
So
it's a weird name because if you say it wrong, it's bad.
But if you follow her storyline, you uncover these like puzzle temples that have like these crazy mazes and stuff in them. And
I have seen TikToks of these, but didn't know that was what they were.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, I was not expecting Zelda dungeons.
That's so cool.
There's so much unexpected content in here. You know, like this is gonna turn into a whole like cozy backyard.
It's so cute. I fucking love it. I have missed playing this game. I'm glad that like this is getting me back into this game, to tell you the truth.
All right, and we'll do some regular Palia streams too, obviously.
We totally should. We could even do like whatever game we're going into to hot tub. If we have time, we can play for X amount of time and then hot tub.
Totally. Oh, totally. More games need hot tubs.
Yeah, more games
But,
and more
like,
hot tubs.
Like, we'll definitely build a Minecraft hot tub.
I've never played Minecraft.
Wait, never? How?
Never. I have never played Minecraft.
How have you gotten away with that?
Oh. So, like, I am a person that loves pretty games, and I struggle with the way that it looks. And then also, like, so I don't know what to do in it. Like, I know that you build and you gather and discover things, but, like, I don't know. I need to start it with somebody so that I understand and learn how to play it.
Well, what'll be nice is for this kind of thing, we'll just make a hot tub in creative mode, and you won't have to worry about
Getting killed.
Or having goals or anything like that.
Oh my gosh.
You can literally just
Okay.
build things freely in a flat world. And
That would definitely help, because I remember like watching somebody like sign in for the first time, and then it gets dark and it's like you need to find somewhere safe to go, and it's like, oh fuck, what? Like, no, that's scary. That's so scary.
the first time you play Minecraft is very, very scary, and then when you discover options like, oh, keep inventory, it lessens the blow a lot. But that first time playing Minecraft can be pretty traumatizing.
Do you know Way Too Gimped?
Mm-mm.
He is a VTuber, and he's like a oh god, he plays Palia, but he is a head in like a tube of liquid for his VTuber. And, like,
Okay.
I think it'd be really cool to have him on. Like, I think that that's very unique. And like Mao Gilgamesh, who's actually in my chat right now, he's another VTuber that is fucking awesome. And like, I would love to include VTubers in this experience.
Sure. I mean, they're streamers,
They
like
totally
I want
are.
to get like streamers, developers, and like esports players, I would think.
I've never stepped into that world of esports players. I've been starting to follow more on Twitter and more like teams and companies to see what that world is about, but that's a whole world I've never been a part of, and I don't understand.
The last game I made had like sort of not really esports, but there was like a summer camp that did a semi esports thing with it, and a bunch of kids, and like held a tournament bracket and whatnot with it. That was really cool. Let's see, Scoopy2 says, you should also step into the realm of people who don't stream at all but are in chats and support streamers. It would be interesting to hear their perspectives as well. I agree, Scoopy.
It would be really cool. This is gonna be so much fun. I feel like this is so endless, and it's gonna morph over time, and it's gonna be a thing. We're gonna make it a thing.
I think we have to make it a thing, because
We have to.
this is really kind of the format that has been missing, is just casual conversation around gaming. Because
Yeah.
game development podcasts take themselves so seriously with
Yeah.
programming and marketing and whatnot, and like, no, it'd be nice to actually get into just the general mind of the game developer, the general mind of the game streamer, not have to talk about like, oh, you have to set up a schedule, you have to stick with this one game, you have to do what the chat tells you to do. None of the like how-tos, just people being people.
Yeah, like emotions and feelings, and like, yeah, more about getting to know that person
Yeah.
as whatever they are, whether it's a streamer, game developer, or a chatter, viewer. It would be really cool to kind of like get to know people, and like I think that's one of my favorite parts about streaming, is sitting here talking to people and getting to know people. And I have had some things that have been sad, like learning about somebody's dog that either passed away or is not doing okay, or family members and things like that. But it's nice to have a safe space, and like I hope that us creating this and getting to know people, we create a safe space for people to come hang out with us.
That would be great.
It'd be really cool.
that's really the ideal right there. You know, like
Yeah.
technically I have my own Discord server, but I hang out mostly in Collector's Discord server. I think it'd be good to like maybe mold my Discord server into the one for this
Yeah,
podcast. Even
we
if
totally
if,
could.
if
Whatever
this
you want
picks
to
up,
do.
yeah,
It'd
yeah,
be really cool. And that way there is a space for people. Yeah. And if people like watch us and connect to everybody that's on our episodes, like then they have a place to find people and talk to them there.
yeah.
Oh man. I also like as a girl, like and nothing wrong with those that are like I don't know, that show more skin as girl streamers. I think that's the nicest way I can put it. But like, I want to pave a way like other girl streamers have done. And like, it's okay to sit here and pretend like I'm sitting in a hot tub and I'm not sitting here naked or half naked trying to get follows. Like, I want to pave a way and be like, this is okay. Like, you can do it this way as well, you know?
You know, I'm figuring when, say, we reach the 1,000th episode of this podcast and we decide, all right, we're going to do this from a real hot tub finally, we'll be in there in jeans and hoodies.
Oh my God, like some nerdy gaming shirt.
Just
Or
like,
even our own merch.
even our own merch, and we'll be like,
Be amazing.
you know, everybody will be like, oh my God, we finally get to you know, see them for real. And we just absolutely disappoint them because we're just completely overdressed for the occasion.
Have you ever heard of Fourth Wall? My chat keeps telling me that Fourth Wall is awesome for making merch.
Fourth Wall? I don't know Fourth Wall.
Okay, I wrote it down to research.
Yeah, right now I do everything just at Printify.
Oh, okay, that's what I've been wanting to do that and then use Etsy and Printify, but have not taken the leap. So these guys are telling me that Fourth Wall can be used as its own social page along with a merch page.
Ooh,
That might
okay.
be something really to look into. Thank you guys for recommending that. I appreciate that. We definitely want to make some merch. All right. Which, speaking of relaxing in a hot tub, you want to go on to our next topic of gaming and relaxation?
Absolutely.
All right. So, Plaid put in some information to ChatGPT and gave us some topics, and gaming and relaxation was one of them. Explore the relationship between gaming and relaxation. How do games contribute to stress relief and or leisure? How do you feel about that, Plaid?
So until recently, I was, you know, I pretty much only played games that added to stress. So like, you know, high intensity games, shooters like TF2 or Sea of Thieves, etc. And then recently I've gotten into the cozier games, specifically Palia and Paleo Pines. And these kinds of games are very, very good at just like getting over a tough day.
It's almost better than watching like doggy videos.
Yeah. Because, you know, you still feel like you're at least doing something
Mm-hmm.
and making some progress in something.
Yeah, being productive.
Yeah, being a little bit productive, a little bit creative, and just, you know, taking in some like nice visuals, nice music, you know, maybe a laugh here and there. You just need to find the right cozy game.
Yeah.
Is really
Yeah.
what it comes down to. So many of them share the same tropes. Be it, you know, especially the farming.
Farming, growing, gathering. Like I was saying earlier, Animal Crossing helped me get through COVID. Like, it's funny, I was looking through pictures yesterday trying to find like old screenshots, and I found like my COVID setup for my Animal Crossing gaming. I seriously think I would have lost my mind without Animal Crossing during COVID because I was out of work for 3 months. And so I put my like camping tent up in my living room and hung like fairy lights inside of it, and that would be my like thing every day. I'd go walk the dogs, I'd make sure everything was clean, and then I would go hang out in my tent and play Animal Crossing.
That does sound nice.
And it was so nice, and like it mentally took stress off of me because I wasn't making money, I wasn't working, and I also like I have asthma and I was terrified to go outside during COVID.
Oh.
And like Animal Crossing was like a place that I could go, a place that I could be safe, and like I could just enjoy, and it helped me relax. And I think that that was really when I started to realize that like I'm a cozy gamer. Like this is what I love to do, and like I play MMOs and I love MMOs, And I also, like, I've started playing other games, like the Final Fantasy series or playing Star Wars. But, like, my true love for gaming is cozy games like Palia. Like, I could sit here and play this. I mean, I played it for 20 hours for my birthday stream.
Oh my god.
And it was just so chill. Like, I could hang out in Palia, I could gather things, and then I could talk to my chat, and it was great. And so, like, it's definitely, that's what contributes to my stress relief, and also, like, my leisure. Like, I love to lay in my bed and play my Switch games, like Fae Farm, another cozy game, and, like, I could just lay in my bed and relax, and it's great.
When the Paleo Pines demo came out, they were already boasting, hey, this works great on Steam Deck. So I was like, you know what? I'll play this on Steam Deck then. And so I remember just like lying in bed and playing the Paleo Pines demo, and I'm like, okay, this is actually great. This is kind of what, future gaming is all about. It's just gaming, anywhere, but not just, sort of like the mobile game, like Raid Shadow Legends experience, but the, playing any game you want to, anywhere you want to, and why not?
But again, like, we were talking, was it last night? Or was it today before I don't even know what we were talking about. But, like, different people might have different, like, stress-relieving experiences. It might be, like, stress-relieving for somebody to go shoot up people in a game.
In a game,
like, you can't do it in real life.
Let's be very specific. In a game.
Well, like, don't you think that that's what, like, Grand Theft Auto's appeal is? Like, you can go steal cars, you can go rob a bank, you can go shoot up things, like, you can deal drugs, and, like, it's a alternative life that you can't have,
So Collector and I were watching On Patrol last night, which is the new form of live PD, and the police had pulled over this one car with a bumper sticker that said, "I learned to drive from video games."
Oh my god.
And the cop at the window was like, GTA did not teach you to drive like that. I'd hope it did a better job than that.
That's amazing. I would say, Gran Turismo taught me to drive.
Nice.
It definitely made me feel more confident to drive. Like, I'm like, I can drive around a racetrack in Gran Turismo.
Which one? Like original PS1 Gran Turismo?
Oh my god. Yeah, original PS1.
Hell yeah.
Yep. That's probably the only one that I've honestly played.
That's a classic.
It's been a long time, really long time. Everybody's gonna have, like, different stress relievers, and, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like, it doesn't have to be a cozy game. Also, God, I've been dying to watch that movie, it's kind of based around Gran Turismo, where they're, like, trying to get the, like, gamer kids, like, up to par and get them to race. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't.
Fuck, what is the name of that? It might be called Gran Turismo.
That almost sounds like Cool Runnings.
Oh my god, that freaking movie is so good.
Cool Runnings. Like, that movie has no right to be as good as it is.
What do you see?
I see pride. I see power.
I see a badass motherfucker who don't take no shit from nobody.
It's so good. I miss John Candy
so good.
much.
Yeah. Oh my god, yeah. That was a sad one.
Yeah, John Candy, Phil Hartman, Chris Farley, and then of course Robin. Like,
oh my god, yeah.
why is it always got to be the funny ones who go? That's what I don't get.
Robin Williams kills me so much because, so I grew up in Orlando. I moved to South Florida when I got out of hair school, and the, like, first month I was there, he was doing his stand-up, and it was $130 to go, and I had no money to my fucking name, and I couldn't go, and, like, I regret just, like, doing it, like, just getting a credit card and just fucking doing it, because I never got to see him, and, like, he's one of my favorites. Okay, so that movie is called Gran Turismo, and it's with, oh god, what's his face from Stranger Things? David Harbour and Orlando Bloom. Okay. Mao was just telling me that he met Robin Williams with his brother at a EB Games when he was young. He was buying some games for his daughter, greatest person in the world. That is so,
Zelda Williams
so sweet.
is
oh my
in some
gosh.
cartoon. I forget what.
Well, and, like, her name, oh my god.
Yeah, she's named after Princess Zelda.
God. I'm glad to hear that he's like greatest person. Like I would definitely believe that if you met him in person, he was a good human.
He did that whole ad for
The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword on the Wii. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. I never saw that. Okay, I'm gonna save that so I can watch it later. Oh, that's funny.
it's
That is
really
really sweet.
yeah.
He's a good human.
It's a really sweet ad. He was wonderful.
Oh. So we have 2 more topics that your chat GPT generated. Do we want to keep moving? Oh no, we have 3. 1, 2, 3.
Ooh, let's keep
Okay.
moving along then.
Sorry. we're going on tangents, which I really love. When I was reading about so like this whole idea has kind of like I think spiraled into something super fun, but we were talking about comedians in cars getting coffee, which is why our name is so obnoxiously long. But I was reading about like their format, and it's like, oh, like he goes and picks them up and they talk in the car, and sometimes they go on tangents and they stop at different places, and then they finally arrive and they get their coffee. And so like I feel like it's only right that we go off on tangents, and it's totally okay.
Oh yeah, completely.
We should totally try to make like some sort of channel redeem where people can like yell at us to get back on track.
Yep.
I wonder if we can find a blurb or something for that. It'd be a lot of fun. So our next topic, do you want me to read?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So our next topic that ChatGPT generated for us is water-themed games. Which, oh my god, as I read this, I get so much fucking anxiety.
Subnautica.
Okay. Highlight games that involve water or underwater settings. I'm just thinking of like underwater levels on games. Okay. Discuss the impact of water environments on gameplay. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
I can go first because I got a few that come to
I'm like,
mind.
I have some feelings.
So going back to like, you know, the topic on where we started gaming, Treasure Cove from the Learning Company. That whole game took place underwater.
Treasure Cove?
Yeah.
I've never heard of this game.
So Treasure Cove was a game that was all based on pattern recognition. So it would give you a hint like 3 orange sea slugs, and then you would have to find a group of 3 orange sea slugs and shine a spotlight on them, and then that would give you a gem. And then there would be all these little story bits that you had to like collect and find the clues for, so that you could clean up the ocean floor, as Morty Maxwell, the Master of Mischief, was like basically trying to take over the ocean and like get these like oil creatures pumped out of the ground and stuff. So it had like a positive environmental message, and it taught pattern recognition, and it just had like a lot of cool Caribbean music and really fun visuals and such. And then obviously Sea of Thieves, because the water in that game is insane. BioShock.
Oh my god, BioShock is beautiful.
I remember playing that game down in college, like late at night. It's like 1 a.m. and I get to the greenhouse section, and I'm just looking at, you know, so I'm like, I'm in art school for game development this time, so I'm like trying to get some appreciation of the modeling they've done on all the flowers in there. And I turn around, and that's when I get jump scared by the guy just being like, hello. And I just immediately Alt F4 out of the game. I'm like, nope, I'm done. I'm going to bed. Nope.
Oh my god, I've never Alt F4 out of a game because of that. That's hilarious.
That was the only time.
God.
Oh, God.
I mean, see, and like when I think of underwater or water in game, I think of like Crash Bandicoot and like underwater levels, or like Mario and those underwater levels. Like they're so fucking hard to maneuver your character through levels.
So do you mean Super Mario Brothers underwater, or do you mean like Mario 64?
I think of like N64, because like the water music, I love the water music in that level.
Oh yeah.
And it's so like relaxing and chill, but the spiders on the surface are super annoying and difficult because they glide, and then like maneuvering Mario underwater with his breath and like doing what you gotta do to like lower the water levels was always like so stressful. And like, I know we're talking about water, but water levels and flying levels in any type of game, whether it's Spyro, Mario, or Crash Bandicoot, they would stress me out. I would be like, I can't do this.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I'm never gonna finish this. I'm gonna get the least amount of coins, the least amount of chests and boxes. Like, I gotta get through it as fast as possible. But they just like, water in games stresses me out. It's not, I don't know. It's not my thing. I haven't played Sea of Thieves. Or somebody mentioned Raft in my chat. Like, I haven't played games where, like, I'm playing on the water and I'm not, like, in the water. So, like, maybe my experience with water-themed games could be very different.
I mean, I'll tell you right now, Sea of Thieves can be pretty stressful, but they're coming out with Safer Seas next month. So
Safer Seas?
yeah, so that's just you and your friends, no other
Okay.
players getting in the way.
See, and then that makes me think of, like, World of Warcraft. Like, I don't want to be a Care Bear. And what I mean by that is we had friends that would play on PvE servers instead of PvP servers.
Yep.
And we would call them Care Bears because they didn't want to play on a PvP server. I would like to experience it as a whole before I decide that it's too stressful for me.
Then, I mean, yeah, I say pick it up and dive into the deep end because I've put 1,500 hours into that game.
Holy shit, dude. Which, oh my god, somebody asked me the other day how many hours I had in Final Fantasy XIV.
It's gotta be a lot.
It's like 286 days worth of time.
Woo! Ow! Collector says, don't do WoW, play RuneScape. RuneScape for the win. Old school RuneScape is actually a pretty popular category up here on Kick.
Oh my god, I hosted out to somebody that was playing the new RuneScape, and I was like, what the fuck is this? I didn't know it existed, and then like went down the rabbit hole of the original classic RuneScape still exist, and they made it for mobile.
Collector says, old school RuneScape is RuneScape 2. Classic RuneScape is gone.
Wait, seriously?
Okay, so maybe I mixed that up.
Maybe we both mixed that up. Is that what's on mobile then? Why was classic RuneScape shut down? Advancements in technology mean their tools are no longer compatible with the game.
There was a site that I used to distribute my games on called Indie Game Stand. My friends who ran it sold it to a guy for, a couple $100,000.
Just casually.
Just a casual couple $100,000. So they got out. They did fine. It would have been more if they hadn't passed on a little unheard of game at the time called Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh my god. But that wouldn't have blown up really until what, right now?
No, it's blown up over the last decade.
Has it?
But then it got a movie,
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
It would have blown up even more.
Oh yeah, they would have cashed out for a couple mil instead of a
Holy
couple
shit.
100,000.
I mean, a
question.
couple 100,000 is great, but
So what ended up happening though is their server tech updated and it basically killed the site. And the guy who bought it didn't know how to fix it, and the server hosts didn't know how to fix it either. So the dude was just out the money and had to shut down the site at that point.
oh god, that's so sad.
I hate technology.
I have a love-hate relationship with technology. I'm learning to love it more, but it's definitely a love-hate relationship.
We wouldn't be here without it.
Yeah.
But also, it's sort of like, what have you done for me lately?
Well, and some of like the random shit that goes wrong, or like, I don't know, like I start up my Streamlabs sometimes and my audio doesn't work at all, but yet I shut everything down and turn it back on and it works perfectly all the time. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Ever since I started streaming, like any kind of technical difficulty, my chat has always been really awesome and cheer me on and like tell me things to like try to fix it, but then also like it's a level up. Like fuck it, like you can't get mad, you can't start like freaking out because you're never gonna figure it out. It's better to slowly figure it out, maybe get some help, and then just, all right, next time this happens, then this is something else to add to the list to check, and it's fine. It's fine. All right, so we got 2 more topics. Gaming and wellness is our next topic, which I feel like kind of goes back to the like stress relieving leisure topic, but this kind of dives a little deeper. Explore the potential connections between gaming and wellness. Can gaming have positive effects on mental health? I'm gonna go ahead and answer first, since you answered first with the other one.
Go for it.
If that's okay.
Yeah.
Especially as somebody who streams and who, like, I have a hard time sometimes going live. I get really, really anxious. I have a lot of anxiety. But once I finally press that go live button and I start gaming or I start chatting with people, like, I don't know why, but all that stuff goes away. And I'm so much, like, happier and I have, like, a different buzz about me. I feel like I light up whenever I'm on stream because of that. And like it definitely affects my mental health, even though sometimes it's hard to go live or it's hard to make time to sit down at my PC and just game. Once I get into it, it changes my mood so fast. Like it's like this instant flip of a switch. I have a lot of more mental clarity. I'm not like drowning in my thoughts. I can actually focus on a game or focus on talking to people. So I definitely think that gaming has an extremely positive effect, and it can definitely help your mental health a ton. I'm not saying that it's like a drug, or that it fixes things 100%, but I also wouldn't call it a band-aid. I feel like it's, if I drink water, my body is going to feel better. And I know that like if I sit down and I do press that go live button, or I sit down and I do game, like my brain is going to feel better. My body's going to feel better because of that, which I don't know if that sounds crazy, but like sitting here thinking about it, gaming and streaming is a huge positive mental health thing for me.
I get that. I completely understand that. You know, I've always looked at people who criticize games, especially as a potential source of violence, as just completely out of the loop. Games, I think, center our brains more than anything else. Just being able to escape once in a while. So, like, there's the escapism factor, there's the community factor, there's the challenge factor. Everything about video games can sort of poke at different endorphin centers of the brain.
Yeah, and almost act like a reset button too.
Yeah. You know, is it healthier when you get home from a long day of work or school or travel to load up a bunch of 10-second TikToks and just watch those in a row for an hour? Or is it healthier to load up a game for an hour and actually stimulate your brain a little bit by completing some levels or chatting with some friends or anything really? You know, it all depends on the game.
It does. No, and some games offer you that mental like simulation of trying to figure out a puzzle, which, you know, not even just thinking about like mental health as far as depression and happiness, thinking about making your brain process more things and different things so that, I don't know, maybe as you get older you don't lose that sense of figuring things out.
Have you ever played Cats Organized Neatly?
Oh my god, no, I have not.
So there's two in the series. There's Cats Organized Neatly and Dogs Organized Neatly.
Oh my god.
So basically you get these cats and dogs in sort of tetramino shapes, and you have to rotate them around to try and fit them into these little floor plans.
So it's like satisfaction, OCD, happiness.
Oh, they're so great. I've beaten them
God.
both. They take a little while. Each has like 80 puzzles.
Oh wow, that's really cool though.
Yeah, and they're only a couple bucks.
Dude, that kind of reminds me of like people carrying around those like Sudoku books and like watching people
Yep.
figure those out. Like that's brain stimulation on a very different level.
Or like playing chess.
Yeah. Yep.
No, I think video games really only have positive effects on people. I think when it comes to multiplayer games, the community behind the game can be a negative factor if the game, say, has a toxic community, which lots of games do.
Yeah. Yep. Oh my god, Mama Sam, she's like, shit, well, I'm gonna listen in the shower. She's taking us in the shower to listen to because she missed some things.
Oh, okay, cool. It's fine. Fine by me.
I'm like, our hot tub stream's going in the shower. Let's fucking go.
Everybody's getting wet today. Interpret that how you will.
Oh my god. Mama Sam is joining us in getting wet today. And I keep digging the hole deeper. Okay.
Hey, we never said this was a family-friendly podcast. In fact, I'm pretty sure
No,
we were
we never
swearing
did.
within the first 5 minutes of it anyway.
Oh my god. I don't know how not to say fuck, so
Me too.
it's always around.
So I guess we're up to that last question, or?
We are up to that last topic. I just laughed because the dogs were barking, and then my dog that's in the doggy bed on the camera just like slammed her body back down because she's mad. Like we heard something outside and I told her or asked her what was wrong, and then she just slammed her body back down. Oh, that's great. Yeah, we are on to our last topic.
Awesome.
This is a very loaded one. Actually, no, there's two there.
Oh.
Multiplayer experiences and upcoming game releases.
Hmm.
Which upcoming game releases will be a really great one to end on.
It will. Yeah, so we'll end on that. I got to give that some thought for a minute.
I know, that's what I'm like, wait, should I Google what's coming out so that I can talk about it? Because my brain is so bad.
Well, actually, for that, I could talk about some of the stuff I played for the Independent Games Festival this year.
Ooh. You totally can.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a list.
Awesome.
Maybe. Okay. Do you want to read our next topic?
All right, so the first one was multiplayer experiences?
Yes.
Okay. Multiplayer experiences. Share stories of multiplayer gaming experiences and discuss how gaming can be a social activity. Oh, nice. I'm gonna focus on the latter part. We've already talked a lot about like some of our favorite multiplayer experiences, whether it was like Sea of Thieves or Final Fantasy or WoW, etc.
Yeah.
I think in terms of games being social, I think we're still only at the beginning. Like Palia, for instance.
Which is supposed to be an MMO.
Which is supposed to be an MMO, yeah. Here we are just sitting in a digital hot tub. Like, we're not doing anything. We're just chilling. Yeah, technically we're sitting on a Discord call, but in terms of that whole, like, metaverse obsession from a couple years ago, we're not too far off from this being a daily thing.
Yeah, like people hanging out in VR versus real life. Yeah.
I can't afford a real hot tub, so I'm just gonna, like, sit in the fake hot tub. And risk of electrocution aside, like, you could just sit in the tub in your VR goggles, pretending you're in a bigger hot tub with your friends and get, like, the full immersive experience.
Yep. Don't even, like, I haven't done VR stuff, but it's wild what VR has turned into.
Mm-hmm. I'm honestly impressed that it's lasted without any, like, new major killer apps in the last several years. Like, Half-Life Alyx was probably the last big one.
Some of the games are so simple, like even like Beat Saber, or like I was watching my friend play some sort of like Viking game, and like it's almost like caveman games to a certain degree that are in that VR chat. I'm like, the graphics in here aren't that great, but like watching him play it in his VR and we're watching it on a TV, like it was a really cool experience, and to think about like what he was seeing and experiencing. Sorry, I just went down a rabbit hole of VR because I'm extremely fascinated by it. I would imagine like that's partly why like these games in VR are not up to par with like what we play on a daily basis.
Right, because there's so many little things you have to take care of.
Yeah, yep. And just even the space that people are standing in, like you gotta take into account.
Valve had this talk when Half-Life Alyx was coming out about like just opening a door in VR. You know, the design space of that, it's like you have to reach out, turn the knob, pull the door, you know, and so like how you pull it, how you open it, how you turn the knob, all these little individual parts of it have to go into being able to interact with a door in VR versus in a regular video game. You go up to the door and you hit E and it's open. But there's a expected level of immersion that comes along with virtual reality that you don't get in a regular video game.
Right, and with that immersion, I would imagine like some like fluidness to that immersion, like what you were saying, like grabbing a door and opening it. Mm-hmm. Which I wonder, I don't have any VR stuff, but this could eventually morph into a VR hot tub.
Oh yeah, well I was thinking VR chat is definitely a platform that we can do these in if we need to.
No, and like do you know Sludge Wolf?
No.
Okay, he's somebody that I met. He's in my community, and he's been doing some VR streams, and it's been really cool to watch him play some games. And then also he pulls his chat across his screen, and it's like scrolling on his screen, like inside his game, which is like, I don't know, it just kind of like blew my mind. I was like, that's so cool. I could like totally sit here and just watch this because I'm like so fascinated by it. It's super freaking weird. Oh man. Okay, so I still want to circle back around to like MMOs because they're such a big part of my life, and Like, I play games to be social. I am an extremely antisocial person in real life. I like to be home. And so playing MMOs or some type of multiplayer game is definitely something that makes me really, really happy. And it is my social activity. Connecting to people on social media for my streaming and gaming is social activity for me. And it's weird to play like Palia. So like this is probably the first time I've hung out with somebody in Palia. Oh God. Umami, another really great human being I've met streaming. He showed me something in Palia, but like I followed him and he showed me something that was hidden under the dirt, and like that's been it in Palia. And so I feel like Palia is missing that social activity because people just like summon people to come help them like knock down trees or get certain things, but it's not like gaming together.
The Chappa Festival was probably the most social
Yeah.
thing they've done so far.
Yep.
Otherwise, it is still a fairly solo experience.
Yeah, like you kind of need help and you can ask for help without talking to people.
But like you have to set up cake parties on your own, and I still haven't done one of those, and it sounds like they're falling out of fashion anyway.
I don't know what that is. I heard about it recently.
It's basically you get like 12 or a bunch of people together on one plot of land just to bake cakes.
Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, I saw people like cooking together to make money.
Yeah. But you don't even need that anymore because you can just go mining for gems now.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I think that this game is missing the mark for social activity in a multiplayer game. But then sometimes even like, I think World of Warcraft, like going back and playing that now, I have to pull my friends with me to play it and have a social activity to it. Like, I'm not just going to jump into the game and jump into like a guild or clan and meet people. Like, it's so different than when it first came out. Like, that social activity, almost you have to bring it with you into that game. But there are a ton of things to do within WoW that you're social with and you need friends to do.
Like so many multiplayer games are essentially just single player games that you can play with other people around you.
Yep.
Versus a game like Sea of Thieves, so your ship, you can't operate a big ship on your own. You need other players to get in there and help you out with it. You run into other crews and you have to actually talk to them to either like negotiate with them or threaten them or whatever. there's just a lot more of a social aspect that goes into that, and I think that's what a lot of games are missing.
Yep. Yeah, like things don't force you to be social.
Honestly, if you ask me, when it comes to a multiplayer game, you kind of should be forced to be social.
I think so too, but I think that there was a time where MMOs got a little stale because you had to be too social in order to interact. And like, if I needed to log on to, let's say, like Final Fantasy 14, I had an hour. Mm-hmm. I don't have enough time to like gather people to play with. Like, I would just want to log on and go do something. And so I think like our society of gamers or whatever you want to call it, that whole community kind of, it morphed a little bit because it was almost like you had to be too social or have more time to be social to play certain games, and so they kind of backed it up, but almost backed it up too far.
Yeah, there's a balance you have to strike because people do still have day jobs and go to school,
and that balance isn't there yet.
I don't know if that balance will necessarily ever be there, because every game is competing to be everybody's forever game.
Yeah. Or be like a 10+ year game. Like, I mean, Destiny, that was a huge goal for them and they've accomplished that. But that community like is so different, and you log on and you don't have to be social to play at all. Like, zero.
And then they go and fire their entire community management team.
Oh my God.
So
Yep.
Yeah.
And they probably lost a ton of their community because of that.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter because they're still nominated for the Community Award at the Game Awards, so...
Oh, which on one hand is bullshit, but on the other hand, when I first started playing Destiny, like the first Destiny, that was the coolest fucking thing about that company and about that game is like they listened to their community and they had like a newsletter every week that talked about what was going on and about the community. And the person that wrote it was hilarious. And like they did it well at first. I don't think they do it well now, but they revolutionized certain things, I think, with that. like their app, their little newsletter, their information, and like how they pulled the community together, and then also how they connected the community. But it's not the same anymore. It really isn't. They fucked up. They like royally fucked up.
The free-to-play stuff, the VR stuff, mobile, hardcore, casual, cozy. Gaming has branched off into so many different directions. And everybody now has such a different experience with gaming. There is no one definition of gamer. And anybody who kind of gatekeeps that term.
Aw, fuck gatekeepers.
Yeah, no, fuck them.
Because things have been gatekept, there are more people that are trying to not gatekeep. Stop being a baby. Which is really nice, and people are acknowledging that things have been locked behind a gate. And they're trying to change that, which is really nice. But we're a long way from certain things.
And again, we probably won't ever get there specifically, but I think that there's a lot of sort of test cases now.
Yeah.
That people can see, okay, yeah, this is the good way of doing things. This is the not so good way of doing things. These are experiments that worked, and these are experiments that failed, and, you know, why did they fail?
And how can we morph this and make it better? And so, like, every version of whatever that might be tries to be better, which is nice.
Exactly. Like, Palia is not the first cozy MMO sort of thing that's done what it's doing, but I think it's taken a lot of lessons from previous failures and successes.
Yeah.
And they're making something pretty cool here.
And you gotta look at that. Like, you gotta look at bad and good in order to build something. And this game definitely has potential.
What surprises me the most about this game is how often they're coming out with updates.
Yeah.
And, like, real updates. Not just these tiny sprinklings of updates that a lot of developers do these days, but, like, they added the Hodari romance the other week, and now they're introducing an entirely new character.
When, like, talk about something that was community-based. So many people were so thirsty for him. And, like, we're so mad that they couldn't ship him. And, like, look what they provided. They fixed it.
Give the people what they want. They want the hot single dad. I'm just saying, I can't blame them. People have good taste.
Oh my god. Who would have ever thought, like, single dad in a video game would be the thirst trap?
Yeah. Yeah, I could have called that one.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. But, like, that means that they're listening to their community, which I give them so much props for that. That's huge, because there's not necessarily a platform for their community to talk on. Like, there's not, like, an app specifically for Palia where people have forums or anything like that, and, like, there's a subreddit. But all that information had to have been gathered from people's social media reactions, which is huge. As a streamer, like, that's so important for us to put out that content, but also it clearly helps people develop games.
Yep, and develop good games at that.
Yeah, yep, and make things better, which is really cool.
Yep, and, you know, especially if we're gonna, you know, stay in this era of the living product, which may or may not continue. Live service games had a pretty tumultuous year, but yeah, paying attention to what your customers want is tantamount to keeping your game alive.
And you gotta listen to them. And even if it takes time to change what is being discussed, even just putting little Easter eggs out there that, like, you're listening, that you're acknowledging that people are saying these things, and, like, even if you don't want to acknowledge that you're working on them, but just acknowledge that you have read it, you see it, I think it's huge. Oh my god, Scoopy2's just threw some numbers at me about Destiny. There have been, if you're looking at the average, they went 159K in March to 35K. Jesus! Now the peak in the last 30 days is 59K.
That's a drop.
That is a drop. That is huge. That is very detrimental to a company, I think.
I was seeing yesterday, there's some game that, oh god, I don't remember what it is, but they still have, like, it's been out forever and they have 1,000 daily active players. Some games would be like, well, our game's dead, we're shutting down the servers.
Yeah.
And other games are like, we love these 1,000 players with all our hearts, and we're not going anywhere as long as they keep playing.
I wonder what the future holds for Destiny. So those numbers he said are for peak players. if you're looking at the average, they went from 159K in March to 35K now, which is still a 74% drop. God, that's insane.
Collector just told me it was Half-Life. Half-Life was like a few hundred active players before the 25th anniversary update the other day, and now it's like 14,000 daily active players on Half-Life.
What was the first number?
Like a couple hundred.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Just like, a player here and there playing Half-Life, and now all of a sudden, it's the most popular game on Steam again.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Half-Life has been around for a while.
25 years now. Yep.
I feel so old.
I was there. I was there. I'm so old.
Oh my gosh.
Good times, though.
So, shall we move on to our last topic?
I believe we shall move on. I hate to end this, but, lunch needs to be eaten at some point today.
So my stomach is growling, and I'm like, I am going to start dying. It is noon.
It is 2 here, so.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I haven't even had breakfast, because there was no breakfast in my house.
We really should aim for the 11 o'clock start time instead of the noon start time.
Hey, we had some things we had to work out, some little kinks, and I need to learn to wake up a little earlier.
Just a little, but we got this.
Our last topic today is upcoming game releases, which I want to throw a twist on this because I also would love to talk about Game of the Year because I'm not going to have a ton of information about game releases because I'm stuck in my cozy gamer MMO life. Discuss the latest and upcoming game releases, share your excitement about anticipated titles. Do you have any, Plaid Baron?
So I got to check out the finals for a little bit during its open alpha. That's a lot of fun.
That game has been so cool to watch people play. It's beautiful.
That game is legitimately a lot of fun. I was a little worried that it was gonna feel corporate. I just got the sense that it was gonna be another sort of slapdash multiplayer competitive shooter, buy our skins, etc. And then they mixed in the fully destructible environments. And I was like, oh, now you have my attention. It's a legitimately fun game, and I'm really, really looking forward to the full release of that next year.
So what we got to watch was the alpha, so there's going to be a beta, and then it'll release next year. Is that what's going on? Do they have a release date?
I don't think they have a specific release date yet. I'm assuming it's going to be next year, because it's already in very good shape.
Yeah, I was about to say, watching people play it looked pretty smooth. The only issue I noticed was there was a lot of people that would download it and couldn't play. So there's a lot of angry people out there.
Yeah, but, they just need a better computer.
It wasn't the PC, though. They would load it up, they'd, adjust settings, and then it would boot them back to the menu.
Oh, I didn't have that.
And so there was, some weird things going on with the menu and getting into an actual game, and it wasn't even, the game just, shutting off because it couldn't handle it. It just not working, which I heard some people downloaded Palia, and they can't play.
Oh, that's weird.
And they've deleted it and tried to re-download it and have the same experience, and it's not their computer.
That's PC gaming for you. I mean, in a future podcast, we can talk all about, the standardized experience of the console versus the personalized experience of PC.
The master race.
The master race. I'm pretty much a founder of the PC master race. I've been building computers since I was 4, so...
Oh my god. And here I am, I'm not going to age myself, but in my 30s, and building my first PC.
Hell yeah, though. And you did a good job on it.
Thank you. I had help. I had help from a friend, but, yeah. I put all the pieces together by myself.
There you go. It's the cabling that is the real nightmare.
Yeah.
Especially the small cables from the case to get, the power button.
No, do you know what I struggled with was my RGB for my fans.
Yeah, RGB cables are really weird.
Yep, and I'm about to go buy 3 new Corsair fans to replace my case fans so that they all are the same. And I'm going to cry when I go to open it up and try to sort that all out because my cables are so short in the back. But we'll figure it out.
See, it's funny. My case has no RGB.
Oh, damn. At all?
Well, I mean, the motherboard has a little glow to it, but that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, I avoided case RGB just because it's a nightmare to deal with. But I do have a Razer keyboard and Razer mouse, specifically because they partnered with me on my last game release to put Chroma in there.
That's super cool.
So the game dynamically generates color harmonies as you play.
What?
And so like those color harmonies just, painted every level. But then I reflected the same generations onto Razer devices. So it creates, like, I call it immersion bleeding, where what you're seeing from your lights in the real world is the same as what's on screen.
That's really cool. That's super cool.
It is really tough to explain. It's just...
No, but like it's an immersive experience, which is really, really cool without being in VR.
Yeah, it's just, you just need some lights. Razer has a lot in their ecosystem, and it's compatible with all of it, which is super cool.
It's really cool.
So my friend at Razer, Tim, he's like the main programmer on Chroma. He made a Twitch extension for Chroma. So I'd be streaming my game, and people would be watching my stream, and then they'd get into chat and be like, "Why are you hacking my computer? What did you do? Why did my keyboard suddenly light up differently?"
Oh, wow.
And I'm like,
that's evil, but really cool.
My Twitch stream was basically taking over everybody else's keyboards. It was beautiful. Collector says 12 out of 10 scared me.
Taking over the planet. Oh my god. I just bought a Logitech keyboard that's wireless and I love it, but I don't know how to control the lights on it. They just kind of like flutter across and change colors and it works, it's fine, but I need to figure that out. So you were excited about the finals. I don't really have any games that I'm excited about, but I am insanely excited to see what will be Game of the Year. Because Scooby Doo's was freaking out in my chat. He's like, Spider-Man 2, it's the best game ever released, period. But like, I know that there's a big following for Nintendo, and Zelda's gonna be up there. We got Baldur's Gate 3. You have Spider-Man 2, of course. I think Final Fantasy 16 should be up there as well. Oh god, I feel like there was one other game that I had on my freaking brain for that. But I'm curious to see what communities come forward and really vote for Game of the Year and what it turns into, because, I don't know. I've settled with, like, Zelda's gonna probably win because of Nintendo's following, but, like, I would love to see Baldur's Gate 3 or Final Fantasy 16 up there. I think Final Fantasy 16 is this beautiful, stunning game with this incredible story, and the gameplay, like, the fighting and the summons that you get to use are just mind-blowing and beautiful and, like, very, very fluid for a game. And I haven't got to play Baldur's Gate 3, but watching people get excited about it and watching the gameplay, and it's just like beautiful, and it's so nerdy because of the D&D aspect of it. Like, I think it's got a lot going for it. And Mao says BG3, but Spider-Man is a beautiful game. I haven't got to watch a ton of people play it, but I know that a lot of people are definitely like madly in love and obsessed with it.
Honestly, I think if we're talking Game Awards, I think Game of the Year probably will be Baldur's Gate 3.
My only hang up about Baldur's Gate 3 is when I never bought it. I had a lot of people turn me off from it. They're like, do you know D&D lore? Like, you gotta know a lot of D&D lore in order to play this game, or you're not gonna make sense of it. You're not gonna understand it. You're not gonna be able to play it. So I was very quickly turned off by that, and by the fact that some of the D&D community thought that way about it. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with the game. I have really enjoyed watching, like, Mao play. I watched Grizzlo play. I watched Slaggy play. Like, it was a lot of fun to watch them play.
But again, that's like gatekeeping.
Right. It was gate kept from me in a sense. And like, I still would love to go back and buy it and play it. I think that once my husband's PC is up and running, like, we'll play it together. But I wonder how many other people had that thought, or how many other people had that experience, and how that might affect it being voted on for Game of the Year. There we go, creator dashboard. I picked up the game since I was bored and had nothing else to play. Thought I wasn't going to like it, but glad I picked it up. See, in Mao, like, I wish that would have been my experience. Like, I wish I would have just picked it up and didn't ask anybody. But I was scared because I know a little bit about D&D, and I have played probably like 7 to 10 sessions of D&D, but our group broke up. So, like, I understand some of the mechanics of it. And Mao said he's never touched D&D. So, like, I think that what people told me and what they were gatekeeping wasn't true. I don't think the game is for everybody, but not because of the D&D aspect. I think just because of the gameplay and how vast of a game it is. Okay, let's see if I can sit back down. Oh my god, when I was sitting back down earlier, Grizzly's like, don't sit on him. Like, but I kind of have to in order to, like, okay, that's first time. We're gonna get there.
Turning is so awkward in this game.
Well, because you can't really, like, there's no, like, strife at all. Like, you just...
Maybe over there?
Nope. Okay, there we go.
Oh, that's great.
That's great. That's
perfect.
It's perfect. We probably should have sat on the other side of the hot tub because of the fountain.
It's fine.
We're learning things.
I mean, this is gonna be updated every single time we do one in here. Anyway, more fountains, more like barbecues and chairs, and I don't know what else. Like, it's gonna be just a crazy backyard, cozy environment.
Oh man, this is gonna morph. This is gonna turn into something. I'm excited.
This is gonna be a whole
ass thing.
whole ass thing.
So Scoopy's still sitting here, and Scoopy, I'm not trying to give you shit. I 100% it and hit plat. Oh damn, that's impressive. So Spider-Man is simply the best game I have ever touched. So Scoopy, can you explain to us why it's the best game you've ever touched? I have both your screens up at the same time. Your audio is working near flawlessly. Oh yay! I'm glad, Collector. Something we're doing right.
Finally.
Oh man, I can't wait to eat lunch. I don't know what I'm gonna eat.
Oh, don't talk about lunch.
Oh my god. Whenever I got up, I got so excited because Target released some of their Black Friday deals, and I got a Instapot for $25. I have to go pick it up, but it was on sale from like $130 to like $50, and then I had $30 worth of credit with Target.
Oh wow.
So I paid $25 for an Instapot, and I'm so excited.
Okay, that's pretty badass.
Yo. I text my husband, I was like, can I get this? Highly recommend looking.
So, do we have a Defense of Spider-Man 2 yet? I mean, believe me, I don't disagree. It's a beautiful game, but I am curious about the why.
Alright, we got a response from Scoopy. The story was immersive as hell and touched base on a lot of the comics and alternate storylines. The graphics were top tier, the mechanics felt flawless, legit everything you did moving-wise was smooth as hell, and traversal was easy and quick. It made the fast travel unneeded. On that note, the fast travel was smooth and had zero delay. Both Spider-Mans were their own and shined beyond the name of Spider-Man. The fighting was so good. No, and like, watching people play that, to add to that Scoopy 2's, the photo mode, the like screenshots people have taken from that game are mind-blowing.
I mean, Insomniac invented the photo mode, so I'm not surprised.
Is that? I didn't know that.
Yeah, Sunset Overdrive.
Oh shit. Okay.
You could argue Pokemon Snap was kind of the first.
Oh my god, I remember playing that. That was on N64, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love
that
that game.
That was like the whole game. That wasn't just like, oh, I'm gonna open up a camera and capture a moment.
So I'm glad that you just said Sunset Overdrive, because I've been trying to remember why I have a white Xbox, and it's based off of it came with a game, and it was Sunset Overdrive, and I've been trying to figure that out for like weeks. Thank you.
Well, there you go.
Okay, Scoopy also added, the game was simply the best version of Spider-Man on any media. Movies, games, comics, cartoons, period. The Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2 games are peak Spider-Man storytelling.
Nice.
No, and I feel like those stories are good anyways, so like to have something kind of one-up itself in a game is really cool. So how do we want to wrap these things up?
Well, I think we go over to the Chappas, we take a funny screenshot, and
okay.
We thank everybody for tuning in.
All right. I'm going to put my onesie back on, actually.
Okay.
Can I change? Wait, where's your little... Oh, there it is.
Yeah, it's over here.
All right, Scoopy, thank you so much for sharing all that with us. I think you have very valid thoughts on Spider-Man, and like, that is definitely a game I wouldn't be surprised does win, because there are a lot of fans and a lot of people freaking out over it too. Oh my god, I haven't had to change back into my onesie in a while. Okay, I might just back out of this and not be complicated, because my onesie's not showing up. There's one onesie showing up, and it's not the one that I own.
What the heck?
That's super fucking weird. Okay, well, I'm gonna put a beanie on.
Okay.
And I didn't confirm. It's fine. It's fine.
It's
I'm
fine.
leaving.
It's fine. Oh, we gotta do funny.
There we go.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
We have to do it again.
3, 2, 1, go. Got it.
Okay, cool. I'm glad you got it because I was not in photo mode.
Well, I just hit print screen. It's fine.
Well, there is a photo mode, but I don't know how to use it.
Yeah, you can't selfie on it. Yep. All right. Wow, this was fantastic, and I cannot wait for the next one.
Yeah, no, I can't wait for the next one. I thank you all for like tuning in to us and hanging out with us while we figure out how we're gonna do this. And so many of you, like so many positive comments and people wanting to come hang out with us while we do this. So
Honestly, everybody in both chats, thank you all for being here. Can't wait to do this again.
yeah, hopefully next week we will have our first guest. Is what I'm hoping for.
We'll have our first guest. Oh yeah.
Yeah, hopefully we will have somebody.
We'll line somebody up.
It's been trill as fuck dogs. The realist. Thank you, Scoopy Doos. Oh man. All right.
All right. Well, I guess we call it here, and yeah, go have a good lunch, and I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, you too. As you guys know, this is Bad Wolf Rose signing off.
And this is Plaid Baron signing off on my end.
Thank you guys so much for hanging out. I appreciate you guys so fucking much.
Thanks so much, everybody.
You've been listening to Gamers in Hot Tubs Talking Nerd Life, part of the Hot Tub Gamers Network. To support the show or be a guest on an upcoming episode, please visit our Beacons page at beacons.ai/hottubgamers or follow us on all social medias at Hot Tub Gamers. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you soon.